Hey everybody, Jason here at ITSEC TV. I'm here at Serious Games with Deanna. Deanna, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
So tell me a little bit about the technology you brought to ITSEC and what you're showing everybody.
Well, we have our game. It's called Project Azriel, and it is a first-person shooter, zombie-themed video game cognitive trainer.
Wow, intense.
So basically, it's a game that builds your working memory. Working memory is an important part of fluid intelligence, and we worked with the Office of Naval Research for 5 years to develop the game.
Amazing. What was the inspiration behind creating this game, and who is your target audience to play it?
Well, actually, I come from the field of education, and we've worked with struggling students my entire career. And the idea, the promise of actually having a tool that can help your cognitive functioning so that you can learn more efficiently, that is so inspiring, and it's such a game changer that that was the inspiration behind getting involved in cognitive training. This game, we built it for the Office of Naval Research, so it is targeted to the typical naval recruit. Okay. It's a first-person shooter game. Okay. However, the same technology that we're using in this game can be applied to all kinds of games. One of the things that we did that was really innovative in our approach is we integrated the cognitive training activities into the first-person shooter mechanic. So when you're playing the game, you're actually doing the cognitive training. Wow. He is targeting the zombies, and he's using a different weapon based on a pattern. As you notice, above the zombies there are 3 shapes. They're either circles, triangles, or squares. They're either red, yellow, or blue, and there's either 1, 2, or 3 shapes. So the first thing you have to do is figure out what the rule is, if it's based on color, shape, or number, and you do that by trial and error. The second thing you have to do is figure out which weapon corresponds with which shape, and that's the mental set switching activity that's going on. It's actually very demanding cognitively. And then once you figure it out, the rules change randomly, and now he's actually battling a boss zombie because he made it to the level, and then the rule will change again. This is one of the cognitive training activities. You do this while you are going from waypoint to waypoint and trying to solve the mystery of who is responsible for the deadly neurotoxin. The other thing, there's 2 other cognitive training activities in the game. And one, as you'll notice, his infection is getting very high, and now his health will start to deteriorate. You'll see the wavy lines on the screen. So in order to battle the effects of the neurotoxin, you have to engage in intense cognitive training, doing this next task. And this is an updating task. It's an MBAS task. It's one of the most common cognitive training activities that there is. And in this case, he needs to select a match whenever the match is the same as it was one time ago, because recall is equal to 1. And this activity gets harder and harder as you go throughout the game. Eventually, recall can equal 2, 3, and it can go up to 13. So the third activity that he's going to do is, this is the attentional inhibition. So he is going to hit deploy, and one of the targets are going to be marked. And you'll see that's a target that's marked. You'll notice that there's not much contrast. This is because it makes it harder on your brain to track that zombie. And he has to track that zombie for 60 seconds while he waits for the sniper team to arrive and take it out. Now, this activity also gets harder. So at first, he just has 1 zombie and a few distractors. As the game goes on, he has to track 2 zombies at once. They move faster, and there are more of them. And this is the sustained focus activity. And when he's successful at this activity, then he'll get more ammunition. The game as it is now could be used for pre-training a workforce that's in cognitively demanding jobs. As a way to help them be more effective at those jobs.
Amazing. So currently, can people buy this game on the retail market, online? How do they access it?
Well, they can get it on Steam for $19.95, and they can also, if they're interested in a larger rollout where there's more analysis of the data, they can contact us directly.
Perfect. And so are there analytics that are tracked and things
Absolutely.
that send data back to you so you can better inform the person that's playing it, the adjustments they need to make?
Absolutely. So one of the things, we developed this as a research tool, and so there's a lot of data that we're collecting so that we understand how the parameters of each of the cognitive training activities and how they need to be adapted in order to make it more effective for the user.
Well, it seems like a really cool game. It's fun that you guys put a fun element into it as well, and makes people want to keep playing it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we say you have to stay sharp and stay human in the game.
Awesome. Well, have a great rest of the convention, and everybody stay tuned for more here at ITSEC TV.